Hello everybody, I'm Brady Volin with the Lobby Observer, and today we are very excited to be back with you with Full Court Press.
I'm Ben Grossman.
I'm Rahim.
I'm Colin West.
I'm Matty Burger.
And I'm Matt Willar.
And we will be your hosts for this year's Recball podcast/show. It's going to be a very exciting year. We're very excited to be back into it after a missed year last year. And I really just want to go around and say what Recball means to us, because it was definitely a big part of our lives missing last year. So just to start, I really like how it kind of connects a lot of grades and makes people like close together who wouldn't normally. Ben, you want to?
Yeah, absolutely. I think just to bounce off of Brady, the amount of people I've met through Recball are like matching a face to a name when you're like, oh, I've heard XYZ is a great shooter or they're great at dribbling. And then you actually play against them and you see who it is. And then you're like, oh, I pass that guy every day when I'm on my way to algebra.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of fun like that.
Mm-hmm. For him?
Recball is just sort of a thing at Westborough. You know, like, when I talk to my friends from other towns, they either don't have rec or, like, they all want to play school ball, you know? It's, like, the normal thing. But, like, when I tell them that rec ball gets really competitive at Westborough and we all pick our own, like, we draft our own teams with some of our dads and stuff like that, they all go, like, wow, that sounds really fun. I'm like, yeah, like, rec ball is, like, it's a real thing at Westborough.
Yeah, it definitely provides much needed competitiveness. Even if you can't make the school team or you don't want to play for the school team, you can still find really competitive runs. And it's a great way for the whole school to compete.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of just getting with people you'd never meet with outside of rec ball and kind of just connecting with the whole school.
Yeah, for me, it's just about like going to the games, we have a huge fan section. It's just really fun to do on the weekends, cheer on your friends. It's definitely a really competitive atmosphere that was definitely missed last year.
It is indeed. So, without further ado, we don't want to mess around too much. We're going to get straight into the rankings. Everything you guys have been waiting for is about to happen right now. Since, just in the idea of time, I'm going to go over the sort of master list. We're all going to talk about it, and they're going to compare their own rankings to it. So first off, last off on my list, number 14, we're going to go from last to first. I have Team Last. No pun intended.
Team Last.
I do like Luke Hadley. I like Brendan Martin. I think they have a lot of good big men. I just don't see a lot of depth on this team, to be fair. And I think that if they want a chance, they're just gonna have to run like a 5-man, like 6'8", like plus, because they have a lot of big people. But I don't know how much that's gonna help.
You definitely want a scorer in rec ball, like a bona fide scorer, someone who could put the ball in the hoop. And I don't really see that with this team, even though I see a lot of like pretty good athletes. Julian Cespedes is a good athlete. Shout out Asael, like the whole Cespedes family is very athletic.
Very, very.
But you just don't have like a bona fide number one scorer, and I don't know if they can succeed like that.
Yeah. I know a lot of these guys from football, like Addison Last, like his dad and stuff like that. What's it called? There were a lot of these guys around the football team, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I know that they're not really basketball players per se.
Yeah.
They have a lot of height and a lot of, you know, interior like scoring
presence.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Interior presence.
That's about it.
But I don't know. That's literally it. I don't know if they can. You know,
And they're going to be a
do anything with
strong
that.
defensive team, I think. They just need to get their offense going really early in order to get those wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think exactly. I think interior, they'll be fierce, but I don't know about their offense. It's just a big question mark for me.
I mean, yeah, I had them low too. I just think they have to get it together on offense, and they'll be good.
All right. We'll move on to number 13, Team Calderon.
Yeah.
I just want to start this off by saying I see one scorer on this team. It's Matt Mendez. If Matt Mendez can score 40 points a game, I think this team can be really, really good. I think Rahim, I think he's going to be their lead defender. He's going to get a lot of steals. And then after that, I don't really know after that. I think like what Colin was talking about, you need a scorer. I think they have that in Matt Mendez, but we'll have to see how the rest of the team kind of gels around him and Rahim on the defensive side.
And I look forward to seeing the backcourt duo of Rahim and Logan Much. I think that'll be a good backcourt duo right there, the 4 and 5. Just another thing, though, they got to get their offense going early.
Personally, I know one thing. I'm very excited to see what Sam Manuelian does this season.
I was going to say that.
Sam's one of my best friends. I played with him a lot throughout the summer, I played like a lot of just shooting around in his backyard. He's a solid shooter. I'm just very excited to see if he can kind of move that into a game because he didn't play when we were sophomores. He hasn't played rec ball since freshman year.
Going to be really exciting to see.
I'm so excited to see what Manny does this season.
Yeah.
I was asked to
Fear
give
the
some
beard.
light. I was asked to give some light on our team by Mr. Sebastian Calderon himself. He said that please don't let us get roasted on air. So I was like, okay. Matt Mendez, I know him. I've played with him a few times. He's one of my good friends. I think he's a very good player. Sam, I've never met him, but I've heard good things about him. Sebastian, he's obviously a close friend of mine. I think he's a pretty solid basketball player.
Okay.
Me, I'm not much of an offensive player myself. I think that we might might win a few games this year, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be a fun year at least for us,
I will say Steven Speckman, I have seen him shoot at the BSC. Sometimes it's not the best, but I've seen him on some days, and there's days where he hits like 5 or 6 threes in a row.
Yeah.
So if you can get him going,
Steven Speckman
He's a
might be
good,
an X factor this season
he's
for
a good
that
X
team.
factor for you.
Yeah.
Look out for him on that team for sure.
Yeah. Moving on, number 12, I have Team Bar / Barry, I believe. I do love Big Mike. Mike is a very good basketball
Big
player. I have played with him in gym, and he's disgusting, and I didn't realize. So he's gonna be very good. And they have Desmond O'Reilly, who we all know. And then I just think it's just like a not very deep team. They have Sullivan, Boyle. After that, it tails off a little bit. I've heard of. I played with Aiden Ronquist, which is Vincent's older brother. So maybe that'll play along like family lines. But other than that, it's just like doesn't seem like a deep team. And in like rec, I think a deep team is needed.
I think that Desmond, potential top 5 defender in the league, he's like one of the best athletes in the league for sure, and he's really like ferocious when I've played with him before. And like you said, Mikey, very good player.
Yeah.
But who's gonna be the main scorer on this team? That's a huge question mark, and I don't see one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that team has a lot of athletes, but I just don't think they have the depth.
I have them in the 12th spot on my rankings as well. I think exactly what Maddie said. They do have a lot of athletes. Desmond O'Reilly is a great athlete. I know Michael did very well for cross country.
Beast.
Sullivan's on like the soccer team. A lot of them are good athletes. I'm not sure how well that'll execute them into playing basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had this team ranked a little higher, but I'm in like at 9, which is a little high for this team. I think it could be a little of a sleeper team. They have a lot of good athletes, and I think Michael Lauscher is really going to be a good player in the league, for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he's going to be an X factor for that team as well. Moving on to number 11 for me, I think this is kind of a hot take. I have Team Henderson.
Ooh.
I think that it's just a quick disclaimer. We missed the last year of rec ball, which means we only know seniors and juniors.
Yeah.
Nobody else we've ever seen play.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like another thing to base our rankings on. Don't chop us up too much if we're just like completely off. But I know Brady had some experience with school ball. I know Jay did as well. Not sure about Jake Burkhead. I don't know if
I play with Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
he's
a
a
pretty
pretty
good
good
player.
player.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
a pretty good player.
I had in my notes that they were they're all people I know, and I know they've all played basketball. Just after that, it's a lot of younger kids. I was on Jack Bedar's team. He's a big guy, champion as well. But I just don't really like. It's hard because I don't know a lot of these people, so it's hard for me to rank them so high after I just know like 3 juniors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard team.
I said for this team to be successful, they need Jadius McCullough scoring like 20 a game.
Yeah.
Plus.
Yes, JD's.
And Brady Henderson, one of the most, if not the most athletic people in your grade. Like, he's in my gym class. He's really good at everything.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to be a beast. If he can score like 10 a game putting up boards, that's what they need. And they need Jay to like step up as a scorer. And maybe Burkhead as like the secondary guy.
I think absolutely. Brady, one thing that really helps him, he's very lengthy because he can move around very easily.
But he's strong.
Oh yeah, I think that's huge.
I mean, yeah, they have a bunch of basketball players, especially in my grade, so I think they'll do well.
Yeah, I think like juniors like Matty and Rahim would probably know a little bit more than the rest of us chums. But yeah, I kind of want to move on to number 10 because I think I might have a hot take here as well.
I share the same hot take.
Mr. Ishan came up to me in the in the hallway right before class today, and he was like, "Do you have us like in the bottom 10? Dude, there's 14 teams. You're not a top 4 team, and you're actually in the bottom 4." I have Team Majid at number 10.
Ooh.
After Bossa Majid and Tommy McGinn, I don't know how good this team looks. Sorry. Ben Grossman, our own Ben Grossman, is on this team. I like Tommy a lot. Tommy, I know, is a great scorer. He's a very good player. He actually practiced with us my freshman year when I was on Team McGinn, and he was good there. So I can't even imagine what he is now. I think he played school ball as well. But we know Bossum. He's gotten so good over the past few years. He's been putting in that work at BSC. Love to see it. And then after that, you have these role players like a Ben Grossman, like a Matab, like an Ishan, like a Michael Lombardo. I just don't know how they can run it themselves on the bench.
Yeah, I mean they definitely have some depth. I have them ranked pretty low as well. I think Tommy McGinn will be the best player on this team personally.
Yeah.
But nothing. No shade back.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not even close. Tommy's drastically better than I am.
I mean, Tommy had a decent season last year on the JV team at high school, so I think you can see
He's
a little
gonna
improvement
take off
this
this
year.
year. Yeah.
I mean, Tommy's a stud. Like,
All-star, perhaps.
Tommy will be an all-star. I
Yeah.
don't think that's... Personally, I did have us a little higher. I had us at 6.
Oh, okay.
Definitely some
Hubris.
controversy.
That's a
I guess
hot take there.
one thing
I want to see what's your analysis of your team.
So our first practice is Thursday. I guess one thing for me is I haven't played with Boston in a couple of years. I just haven't played with him. A lot of people said that he's grown drastically, which I'm excited to see. I've played a little bit with Tommy McGinn. He's just seems to be a stud. Michael Lombardo, another good athlete. I think he might have played freshman ball when he was, or was he a rec player?
Yeah, he was a rec
Yeah.
player. Yeah.
Yeah. I know Ben Basel's tall. Hopefully he can crush the boards a bit. And then, I don't know. I feel like I'm excited to see what this team can do.
Yeah, it'll be a
Who
fun
knows?
team.
I'm hoping that as a senior, I'll
I think
do some
that
damage in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think
and throughout the
that
season.
Mr. Lombardo might be the coach, which is a very strong coach to have.
That is true.
And I had him flag football when I was in 7th grade or 6th grade.
coach in 6th grade.
And he's a great coach. So I think that could honestly help.
Mr. Lombardo gets so into youth sports. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Great to have.
I do have to say, Tommy and Bossum, both of them are they play their number one scorers. So it's going to be really interesting to see them share the ball. Because it's going to be having James Harden and LeBron play together.
Yeah.
Who takes the final shot for that team.
That's
Who
very
takes the
very
majority
fair
of the
point.
shot.
Ben Grossman.
Ben Grossman.
Iman Shumpert.
It's like Kyrie and LeBron, and then I'm J.R. Smith in 2016.
I'd say.
J.R. Smith's pretty good, though.
Yeah, J.R. Smith was good.
Whatever.
Okay.
I'm analyzing. I'm not the star. It's okay.
Okay. Are we good to move on?
Yeah.
Number 9, I have Team Meyer. It has my favorite player in the league, in Charlie Snow. I think that Charlie Snow all of a sudden has become an absolute disgusting beast at basketball. I think 2 years ago, I would just destroy him in one-on-one, and now I don't think I could score. He blocks everything. Even at the gym, Brady Hughes, varsity basketball player, he will get minutes. He got clamped by Charlie. Charlie is going to be a defensive player of the year type player, and also could be an MVP because after Charlie Snow, there's Jackson Bonney's going to put up boards. David Hilfinger, Camden. I think those players are solid supports. And then you have, I don't think, a great end of that bench. Ryan Snow maybe will provide some scoring for you. I don't really know. We'll see what Rye guy does.
Interesting team to watch.
Right, Pat.
I feel like Charlie's going to have to put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
Charlie's going to be like Arya in freshman year.
Oh my God.
I think Charlie has a chance because of that to be an MVP. If they are winning, he's going to score.
Exactly.
I think for Team Meyer to win, Charlie needs to put up points, and I think that he can.
It's a fair.
How tall?
fair
I mean, you're
valuation.
closer friends with him than I am. How tall is he?
Yeah, he's 6'2.5".
6'2.5", 6'2", That helps.
6'2" probably.
Put some respect on Jackson Bond's name, because I think that I don't think Arya had a player like Jackson Bond to help him. I think that that's a very good duo, Charlie Snow and Jackson Bond, with J Bond getting a lot of boards.
Yeah,
and putting
that
them
is
up.
true.
I think they're gonna complement each other really good, but this team just needs depth. They need a starting five. That's
true.
all. I'm not too sure about Camden Petralia. He was picked pretty high.
Yeah.
I have no idea about him, but they're gonna need him to be pretty good. And then who's even the 5th starter on this team? We don't know.
Sean Levine's big. I don't know.
No.
They do practice after us. They walked in the gym right as we were finishing up practice, and I don't know. I just don't get a sense of a big team here.
Yeah.
I think Jackson and Charlie could actually be a very good pick and roll, But like, is Charlie going to be your main ball handler? Probably.
Yeah,
But is he?
most
Is
likely.
that his like position?
I don't know if that's
you
his,
know?
like,
Is-
his
yeah,
strength.
exactly.
I mean, if Charlie
Yeah.
gets double teamed, what can he do about it?
Yeah, exactly. You're
Charlie's
gonna have to
gonna
have some
pass.
stepping up from the younger kids like David and Cam, and because I did. Ryan, who it might be biased, Ryan did give me a little information about Camden. He said he had played like travel like until like 8th grade and then just stopped. So I don't know if he gets back to his old form, maybe.
And David
I don't know
Hilding
who
is a
can-
very good player too, so he definitely can help that team
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
sure.
All right, moving on to number 8. I have Team Burke. They have Hugh, Cam, Luke, Hayden, and then other than Matt Burger, I don't know anybody else on that team. It's gonna be a very fun team to watch because obviously those 4 are basically brothers. Like
2 of them are brothers.
yeah, 2 of them are brothers, and basically Hayden and Hugh live together. But other than that, like I just don't know. I think Matty Burger is gonna provide some good scoring off the bench.
Yeah.
Maybe, but it's gonna be your first year. I'm excited to see you. But the Sullivans are proven. This is basically like their post grad year. This is their like
Yeah.
They're 19.
yeah,
Yeah.
their 5th year. So it's gonna be
redshirted. very
very fun to watch. I'm gonna like watching this team. But
I have this team ranked very high. I have him number 2. Hot
whoa.
take alert.
I have
Whoa.
I have Team Burke Sullivan
Golly.
actually at 2 as well.
I had
so
them
because
6.
I was talking with Hugh today during math. He said both the Sullivans are healthy now. Luke's shoulder is all ready. So I think that if both the Sullivans and Hugh and Hayden are all healthy, I think that could be a big.
it's a really good 4.
as long as
it's a really
and if
good
all
4.
if all 4
Yeah.
of them actually commit to playing and they want to show up to
Yeah.
practice and they actually give it their all, that team can be disgusting.
Because all of those players can run multiple positions. So
Yeah.
like Hugh can easily run the 3, 4, or 5. Hayden can run the 1 or even the 3. I mean, it's gonna be very interesting.
I said it was the best combination of 4 players in the league because like you want athletes in rec ball and like they got like some very good athletes and Hugh is like a really good big man. So
I mean,
And
yeah,
Rob
I
Brady,
think
too.
those 4 are all obviously like really good, but I don't think we have depth. Like, no hate to myself. I mean, after those 4, we really don't have anyone.
Yeah, that's true. The rest
They
of your
could-
team is like sophomores and freshmen.
that's why I had him at 6. They just need some.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, we've seen younger kids step up and
Yeah.
win championships. So
Yeah.
That's
You did
true.
that sophomore year.
yeah, I mean maybe I don't
Who
know.
knows? Who knows?
Might
Uh,
have.
MVP.
Okay, I kind of have like a tie at 6 and 7. It's between Team Friedberg and wait for it, Team West.
Dang.
I think that I'm gonna put 7. I'm gonna put Friedberg at 7 right now. I think that's only because JJ is like hobbled. We all know it.
it, isn't it, Brady?
No. I think you're a very talented player, Mr. West. But Friedberg, I don't know who Ben Friedberg is.
He's a freshman.
He is a freshman.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about him?
He played center for JV. I don't know if he's a good football. I don't know if he's. A
Oh,
good basketball
it's
player.
JV football. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
JV football.
I was gonna say. Okay, so I'm not sure about them, but they have Jack Bashota. They have Jake Rotako. They have JJ, who's good when he's healthy, and then they have Max Dulay, who I think is also solid. He plays football
he's a
too.
really good player.
With this
And then
team,
Owen
though,
Fiedler,
yeah.
and Owen Fiedler
Yeah.
like played school ball at St. John's like last year.
Really?
Yeah. So like he's good. Like I play with him at BSC. He's a solid player. He wears black Air Forces.
Oh, is that the kid?
Ooh,
yeah,
yeah,
with the
yeah.
shoes that are
Okay.
4 sizes
Yeah,
too big.
yeah.
Yeah. I ranked
Plays the music.
I ranked
Didn't
Team
know he's
Bashota
playing
drastically lower. I think I had them at 11, but that's because I didn't know. Basically, after Max DeLay on this team, I didn't know who Owen Fiedler, Noah Nurse, or the rest of these guys were. I knew Jack Bashota. I know he played JV
Yeah.
ball when we were sophomores.
Same with Jake.
Yeah, Taco did as
Yeah.
well. I know when JJ's healthy, he's solid. He's very fast. He's
JJ
quick.
can shoot very well. He's a very good shooter.
I don't know if we have
So-
a timetable for when he's expected back.
I don't know if he's
I
coming
think
back
it's about like
at
a
all.
month.
And that's
A
when
month-
started trading.
A month
Yeah.
isn't bad. I think it's just depending on when his knees all healed up.
Yeah, and also those 4 players we mentioned have all played for school basketball, and they all know like Wildcat, KG. They know those plays. So
I don't think
also-
JP knows any of the plays actually. he
Also-
was
I will
lost.
say JP did have a very good JV season for the games I watched. So I think I have this team ranked number 3.
I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you there, but
Brutal.
Taco's gonna be really good for that team.
Yeah,
That's what I'll
Taco's
say.
very good.
I think Jake Vertaco might take 20 shots a game.
Yeah, he could, but I think that's valid. Like
Like,
he's
he
gonna,
might, like-
he's gonna like he can put up like 30 a game. Honestly,
Yeah,
he's like
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played with him in a minute, but I think on this team, Jake Vertaco is going to need to take a lot of shots, and I think he will.
yeah.
Yeah, JP's kind of like between being a big man and like being a guard, so he just kind of like is there. So all he can really do is shoot. So if Jake or Taco can like draw some doubles and get him some open, maybe they work the pick and roll.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how they succeed. But they're gonna need JP to step up.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I want to move on to my number 6 spot, which is Team West. I love that top 3. Colin West, Brendan McDermott, Cooper Hagen is an absolute beast. He's so good. I had him freshman year, and he was probably like at my hip, and now he's like towering over me. I have to look up. But other than that, there's a lot of young kids, and I'm not saying that's not going to work. I could see that 100% working out. I just can't really get a gauge if I don't know them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I think Cooper Hagen's the best player on our team. We had practice last night, and he like cooked me 1-on-1.
Really?
He's like he got
Yeah,
so
he's
much
super
better.
good.
He's also like sneaky 6'2", 6'3". Like
He's
I don't-
tall.
Like I don't know how he went that late in the draft. I can't say exactly where we got him, but we got him very late.
No, yeah, he deserved to honestly be a first-round pick in my opinion. I think that could be a stretch because I don't know people don't really know Cooper
People don't
Hagen.
know, yeah, they don't
but
know how good he is.
he's very good.
Yeah.
He's very good, and like he looks like a beast now.
Yes.
Like yeah, if you guys don't know what he looks like, I'll show you. Like he's a big boy.
I think, yeah, they seem to have some height because I know Colin McNamara.
Colin's above 6 feet.
I was talking to
Yeah.
him. Colin's 6'1". He's a freshman.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's big
plus
too.
I know he's also very athletic.
super
I know
athletic.
between lacrosse and hockey, he stays in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to him openly. He's like, I'm not a basketball player, but he's excited to see what happens.
Yeah, and I also sorry to interrupt anybody, but Andy, I've heard of him.
He's so
And I-
good.
and I-
He's so
Andy's
good.
good at
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
and I think he played. I think I played baseball with him. I'm pretty sure he looks. If I see him, I'm gonna automatically recognize him because this name is super familiar. And I think like somebody like him is like somebody you're not gonna know, like really know of. But then
Yeah.
he's gonna play and you're gonna know him.
This is why
Yeah.
Team West ranked in the top 3. I just think they have so much depth and stuff.
I had Team West ranked at number 5, so yeah.
I got
I had
him at 5
myself
too.
ranked at
yeah.
5 as well.
Yeah,
I mean that's
yeah.
one spot.
You have a lot of
I have
assets. I think
6.
you have a chance to do some damage.
Watch for
as long as
Andy
you-
C to step up
yeah.
and become like top 3 underclassmen in the league.
Yeah, I mean, and with Brendo, he obviously has natural leadership
Yeah, we
coming
haven't
out
talked
of
about
soccer.
Brendan McDermott is a beast.
Brennan,
Yeah.
he's
feel
gonna
like
be
everyone says
He's a
Great
vocal leader.
And
Nice.
you would hate to play against Brendan the way he plays down low. He's just
Yeah.
like throwing elbows
Yeah.
and stuff. As long as he doesn't foul out every game, we're gonna be good.
Sorry, Brendan, you did not get enough, but maybe enough coverage right now because we're moving on to number 5. But maybe interview might be in your future. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's do this.
All right, Team 5, I have Team Nagy. Adam Steinberg,
Yeah.
school ball player, we know. Connor Nagy, I think, did he play school ball freshman
Yeah.
year?
Yeah, he's
so,
pretty good.
And then Greg Steinberg, I think, is also good,
He's
too.
really good.
And then you have Ryan Carew, who's, I think, is a great 4th option on a team. After that, I know Ryan Bentley, he's a very tall kid. I know Alex Nunez Martinez, he'll probably be good on the defensive end, but I'm not sure about the other 2 players here. But,
Mind if I?
yeah, please hop in.
I actually know this kid, Nishiketh, otherwise known as Nishi. I played with him 2 years ago. He's pretty decent scorer. Like for a freshman 2 years ago. If he's gotten better since then I think that he's gonna be a pretty decent player. Alex Martinez, he played school ball freshman year. He's also a pretty good scorer. I think he's gonna be good for this team. And obviously Greg Steinberg, Connor Nagy, Adam Steinberg, they're all very good players.
I put Adam Steinberg as like a potential defensive player of the year candidate.
Yeah,
Me too,
Just 'cause
100%.
I think he moves side to side so quickly, and I feel like he can read plays before they even happen. And I think that's
Yeah,
huge.
he's a really good defender.
Yeah.
And I think Ryan Carew is actually going to be like the 3 guy on this team. And I think he was a really good pick because he's been putting in a lot of work at BSC. He got a lot stronger, and he also like has a very good shot. So I think Ryan Carew is like severely underrated.
Okay, I guess we will move on to number 4, which I think some people might think this is low. I have Team Tam. Sean,
That's
Tito,
very
Ayush. Enough said. Just like that big 3 chemistry-wise is probably the best big 3 in the league because those 3 probably just know each other, know how each other play, they just know so well. And then you have at JT, Jaden Thomas, the hustler.
good
That kid
player.
is going to get so many rebounds. So many rebounds. I play with him at BSC.
gonna
Every
come back
time his team
drenched.
scores, he throws the ball against the wall.
Yeah.
Like, he literally is just, such a menace on the boards.
Another player you hate to play
Yeah,
against
exactly.
in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
and
gonna
this
come out of
team-
the
JT is
Yeah.
going to be so good
Gonna
this
be a
year.
great
I
team.
actually think he's going to be really good.
This is my number 2 team. by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah.
I had them at number 2.
I had them at 4.
Oh, nice.
I mean, that was just.
So I think they're with undisputed top 5 team. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
where you rank them there is going to depend on their supporting cast because after those top 3, I don't know who. Like I've heard Zach Vibe.
I think he's
Vibe.
great. Right? I think
Yeah,
he's,
I know.
I've heard that he's good.
He's shorter,
Let
but
me say
he's
something about
fast.
Yeah, he's
Zach
a short
Vibey.
player.
He last time I played with him was also 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He's a very good ball handler. Like
Okay.
he can run point, he can shoot
You have Sean
very
Tam
well.
to play point.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that he's
Yeah.
also a very good point. Like
Maybe he
he's
runs that second unit. Yeah.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
a little bit shorter.
yeah.
He's a very good shooter. If he's gotten better, like all the rest of these players, then I think that he's gonna be a very good player.
Mhm.
Yeah, Sean Nayush, they also got that experience with Coach Brady, who, as we
Yeah.
all know, is a very good coach. Really puts a lot of effort into his practices. So if they can put in some good, like what they learn from him, they're going to be a very good team.
Coach Brady's a goat.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Shall we move on to number 3?
Yeah, let's
Shall
move
we?
on.
Number 3 for me is Team Seymour. I think this is probably the one, if not the deepest team in the league. After we just had our first practice, I can't believe like how good this actual like is coming together. Obviously, I'm part of this team, so I'm gonna be biased. But Elliot was a first round pick sophomore year. Jacob should have been a first round pick. I don't know how he was finessed as a third rounder. And then I think like we have a great supporting cast. Myself, Thomas Gagnon, Vincent Zhang, Daniel Tesoro, who plays St. John's, is a beast. And then Colin Campbell, who is the X Factor this year. He's going to be Owen Gately Jr. You heard it here first.
that is
Fast,
hot take.
Fast soccer player, can't score, but is going to clamp you up.
Is he that good?
Yes.
Yeah, he's really athletic.
Yeah.
And another
Okay.
thing about Double C that you can't like see on a piece of paper is that he's just an absolute menace to society.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's gonna provide like a lot of distraction to the team he's playing, and like
Yeah,
that's
he's gonna
honestly
chirp your
serious. He's
players,
gonna like make all of your players laugh and like lose focus.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's gonna be like a mental defender. But the reason I had this team at number 4 is because Jacob Belinsky just came down with COVID. And I know it might not sound like that much, but like right before the baseball season, I got COVID and I was terrible to start the season because you actually like lose a lot of strength and like he's gonna be rusty.
Yeah.
I don't think like they're not gonna have Jacob like fully healthy for like a couple weeks, which is gonna be big.
I'm just going to say our first week is against Team Calderon. So
Okay.
maybe that will be a good introductory game for him. But
Okay.
If he can even play.
yeah, if he
Is the
plays.
schedule- I don't even
He's projected to be back in a week from yesterday.
Is the
It's hard to
schedule-
come back from COVID.
Is the
Yeah.
schedule
Yeah,
out?
definitely.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
I've
awesome. I haven't
seen
even gotten
it,
to check
but,
that one yet.
We're gonna
Yeah.
have a fun week 1.
I had Belinsky. Does anybody know?
We can talk about week 1.
Yeah, later, next episode.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have Team Townsend.
Hmm.
Aiden Warner, I just need to see this kid because I've heard so many different things.
Yeah,
I've heard
same.
from Nick Boyd that he's like hasn't grown, and then I heard from everybody else that he's like 6'4". So I just need to see if the rumors are true about his height. And I think this is also a good deep team. You have Aiden Warner, you have Griffin. Cooper used to play like 8th grade. Tim Breen, I think, is really good.
Yeah,
And then like
super tall.
Nigel running a second unit, I think is actually like pretty solid.
Nigel's got handles.
Yeah.
He can dribble the ball very
Yeah.
well. He's very fast.
If he doesn't shoot it every time he
Yeah.
touches it.
If he does pass the ball, I
Yeah.
think he could be a huge asset.
Yeah.
Aiden Warner also has disgusting handles.
Yeah.
He did break my wrist in 8th grade when I was guarding him in tryouts. So
How do you break your wrist?
I fell back
Oh,
Oh my
that's
god.
tough.
Yikes.
guarding Aiden Warner. So he's very good handles.
I know Cooper Armstrong now too. He's well over 6 foot.
Yeah,
He's,
yeah.
Cooper Armstrong
very
He's also
tall.
super
Bench
strong.
is 225.
Does he
so
really?
He's gonna be
yeah.
very
He's
helpful
like
part of
six-
this team too.
I think he's at least what 6'3", 6'4".
I don't think
6'3".
6'4", but
6'3".
6'3" at the most.
I had-
He's like an inch or 2 taller than me.
No, I thought he was up there.
There's a lot to like about this team, but I had them at 7 because I just don't see like a clear number 1 scorer. It's so like murky. They have so many like tall players. They're gonna get so many boards, but like, who's gonna score for them?
Yeah, Colin, I also had them ranked
Yeah.
at 7, and I said very, very interesting roster. We're gonna have to see
It's
what
a
they
weird.
do.
It's a weird group
Yeah.
of kids.
Mm-hmm.
So now would be it.
so yeah, we're moving on to at least for me, I want to say mine, we can discuss it, and then I want to hear everybody else's number 1. Number 1 for me is Team Collins. If Will Collins stays healthy, which is a big if, because I think he is hurt.
Not healthy right now.
Yeah, he's not healthy. Like this team is gonna be really good. They have very top talent. Kevin, Will, Eli Warzik is so good. I played with him at BSC. He's
What grade is he?
He's a
He's a
sophomore.
Oh, I
He was a
He's-
very
he's
essential part
so
of
many
the
good sophomores this
freshman
year.
team last
Yeah, he's
year.
very good. And then you have like after that you have such good deep players. You have Surya, who's good. Charlie Johnson, Ian Kim, tall. Hamza's an athlete.
Saad is too, his brother.
Yeah, and they both played soccer.
Yeah,
They're not
Yeah.
good at
they're
basketball.
both very good at soccer. too.
Yeah.
They're not
I
good
think-
at basketball.
Yeah, but they're like.
I think
if
the
you
thing
can
is,
run,
if
like,
you're a
yeah,
good
that's
athlete
true.
in rec ball, you will play well.
Yeah.
I think being a good athlete goes such a long
It's
way.
Yeah.
very valued in rec ball.
yeah,
I have this as not even close. It's number one when Schmill's healthy, but even without Schmill, it's number one for me. Because I think that Kevin Shue is like the second
Yeah.
best player in rec ball, and Schmill's the best player in rec ball. And
that's
it's
true.
actually crazy that they got together, because this team is just like stacked from like top to bottom. Eli is like could be the best player on a team, but not this
Yeah.
one. But like he could be on a team, and they somehow got Surya. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know
is a
how Surya
beast.
dropped. I
Yeah.
don't know how. He's a really good player. We should have picked.
and they still have height in like Ian and Charlie. So like it's just came together very well for that team.
I also do have insider information. I think Rohan's their coach, and they're running the same press that the varsity team runs, which is
Yeah.
like either a 1-2-2 or a 1-3-1. They haven't decided yet, but they're gonna just press the heck out of you. Kevin and Eli at the top of that, like, there's some teams that are gonna lose by like 40 points without them running up the score because they're gonna get fast break points on their press.
Yeah, Rohan being their coach definitely helps them.
Yeah.
And I also have him ranked at number one. Will Collins, when healthy, best player in the league in
Yep.
my opinion. I really like Eli as well. I think he's going to be a really good player for this team. And Charlie Johnson is very underrated in my opinion.
He's pretty tall.
And now I want to hear everybody else's one. So I know
Make,
us three
make
all
your
have
case for
Collins.
the number one
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
I had.
We all have Collins.
Oh,
you
you have
do?
Collins too.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I had Collins at 2. I had Seymour Belinsky at 1.
Oh, I
I
like
did
that.
too.
I like that one.
Because just
Give me a reason. Give me a reason.
I mean, I know Elliot. I haven't seen him play basketball recently, but I saw him at a soccer game a couple weeks ago. He's what, 6'2" now?
He's like
He's
200
pretty tall.
pounds now. He's just like
yeah,
he's huge.
he's put on muscle.
Yeah.
He's definitely getting bigger.
Yeah.
Jacob's outside scorer, and then I think between you, Timmy, and Thomas Gagnon, and Jacob, that's 3 guys all have championship experience. I'm excited to see what this team can do. I want to know what Liam Johnson can do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was he at
yeah.
practice?
No, he wasn't.
Ah.
I want to
You
see
know,
what he can do too.
I want to see what he can do. He's one of my best friends. I've known him since we were 7 years old. Never seen the kid pick up a basketball. I want to know what he can do. I'm so excited.
Ian Seymour is also coaching that
Yes.
team.
That's
It's
so
gonna be
fun.
really
Ian, that's
Oh my
that's gonna
God,
be
that's gonna be such a
an
crack
X factor
team.
for us because he's a former rec player as well. So
Yeah.
I mean, I had the same team, Seymour Belinsky. I just think they're stacked all around. I mean,
A lot of
Jacob
seniors.
is obviously very good, and Elliot is probably one of the best in the league.
mhm.
So, I mean, I think they deserve number one.
Yeah.
watch out for Thomas Gagnon this year. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Tom G.
Is he
Really?
that nice with it?
I'm not gonna say anything else.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I like that, Brady.
So I just want to give you guys all a little sneak peek at next week. We're gonna have our like MVP choices, things like that, like our defensive player of the year, underclassman of the year. So look forward to that. And we're also gonna be previewing the first week's matchups, which is gonna be
Just got released.
very exciting. Just got released. So yeah, I think other than that, on behalf of all of us at Full Court Press, Lobby O, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned next week, and thank you for watching. And thank you for watching. And thank you for watching.